Hello, my name is Morgan and welcome back to my channel, coming to you from my office because I have a lot of computer work to do today, so I thought I would just film in this space. Today, I am recommending the book Vita Nostra by Marina and Sergey Dyachenko. This book's genre is kind of hard to pin down in simple terms. It might be best described as a dark academia fantasy, but I've also seen it shelved as magical realism. I might specify that it's science fantasy. It's sort of philosophical fiction. Is philosophical fantasy a genre? That could be it. If nothing else, it's definitely dark, twisted, and speculative. Many of the Goodreads reviews for this book are just lists of adjectives that might describe what this book is. Those adjectives include strange, fascinating, weird, paranormal, baffling, esoteric, groundbreaking, suspenseful, intriguing, smart, psychological, metaphysical, bizarre. The list goes on. So before I give you a synopsis of the book, I'll just give you this book's stats so you know the basic information about it. It's called Vita Nostra by Marina and Sergey Dyachenko, who are Ukrainian authors. It was originally published in Russian in 2007 and translated to English in 2018. It has 404 pages, which took me about 7 days to read, and it's got a 4.08 overall on Goodreads. I gave it a 5 stars. What is this book about? It's hard to say overall what the book is about, but it does follow a narrative structure. This narrative follows Sasha Samokina, and she is on vacation with her mother when she notices a strange man is following her around the beach. Eventually, she realizes she's not going to escape this man, and he gives her these very uncomfortable tasks to perform, and he sort of threatens that bad things will happen if she doesn't complete these tasks. When she completes a task, afterwards, she vomits up these strange gold coins. And then, the summer before she is supposed to attend university, the strange man tells her that she must attend the Institute for Special Technologies using the gold coins as her entry fee. What are the special technologies that are taught at this school? It's unclear. Even after Sasha arrives in Torpa, where the school is, she still does not have a clear picture of what they will be learning at the school. The professors just keep telling her that they will never ask for the impossible, and that she really isn't going to understand what her education is about until the later years, so they really can't articulate it to her. I don't want to go into more detail because I don't want to give anything away, but I'll tell you some of the themes that this book investigates. So my favorite themes within this book are ones that pertain to education. The entire book is kind of an allegory for higher education in general, which was very cool as someone who's currently doing their PhD. One of the educational themes in this book might be intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation and how to motivate students to do something that they either don't want to do or they don't even have the ability to understand yet. Specifically, it discusses the use of instilling fear in the students through punishment if they're incapable of performing certain educational tasks. Another theme in the book is just the learning process in general, how the more we know, the less we tend to know about the world, and how when we approach a really complex text that basically looks like gibberish to us, just immersing ourselves in that text and reading through it, no matter how painful that is, and repeating that process can actually elicit results and make that text more understandable as we go through it. Another theme in this book, I guess, is a lack of morality, or maybe it's a trope of morally gray characters, but there is kind of a lack of objective morality in this world in general. This book is also kind of absurd in the way that absurdity means that life is meaningless and cyclical and ultimately out of our control, and we just need to accept that and meditate on the absurdity of life. Other topics or themes discussed within this book include Plato's theory of form, and also linguistics and maybe the philosophy of language. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, then I think you will absolutely adore this book. The writing in this book is phenomenal. Ultimately, we are learning about this world alongside Sasha because she's going through the educational system from the point of knowing absolutely nothing and being told that nobody can explain it to her. She just has to go through it until her complete knowing and her own control over what she has learned and what she can do with that knowledge. We're riding that wave with her, and even though the professors at the school say that what these students are learning is totally incomprehensible until they do it, the authors of this book still do articulate what is going on within the world, this thing that is seemingly inarticulable. So they don't avoid the topic by just saying, oh, we can't explain it, but it also doesn't get cheesy into trying to explain something that they said was unexplainable. So it's really poetic and well done in that respect, like explaining these impossible, unreal, metaphysical scenarios in a way that feels real and approachable and beautiful. I will also say that I read the first half of this book in like 2 days because it was very straightforward. It was set in a world that I understood. And then the last half of the book took me almost a week to get through because the complexity just increases exponentially as you continue reading through the book, which was actually kind of a really cool experience. It was this thing of like, the more you know, the less you know, because we think we understand this world when we start reading, but by the end, I just have so many questions. I'm not sure I know what happened. I think I need to read the entire book at least one more time to fully understand what is going on within this world. There were so many quotes in this book that I wanted to remember. You can see that I've got some tabs in there, but one of the ones that I highlighted that I think becomes immediately applicable into the reader's own life is the following. Sasha is speaking with her advisor, who's the strange man from the beginning of the story, and she's really plateaued in her learning, and she needs to just break through to get to the next level somehow because everything is incomprehensible to her, and she just can't give up her previous sense of reality to understand what they're trying to teach her at the school. And her advisor says, break through the impossible. Simply a mechanical gesture. Steal a wallet at the market. Break a window with a naked fist. Do something that you consider impossible. It will loosen your rock-hard stability and will help to burst through to the next level. This book was also a wonderful read because it's divided into these little bite-sized sections. There are no chapter breaks, so you just kind of have to slog through the whole thing. If you've already read and enjoyed Vita Nostra, I don't even know what to recommend you because I've never read anything like this book, but maybe I would recommend the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin for the twisted school system aspect, the female main character, and the complex magic system grounded in the nature of the world aspect. But the Broken Earth trilogy is ultimately more sociological in nature, I would say, and Vita Nostra is more philosophical and metaphysical. So that is all from me for today. Vita Nostra was a phenomenal 5-star read for me. I highly recommend it if you don't mind not understanding what happened by the end of the book. And there are more books in this series, so I hope that I will be able to read those at some point as well. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have read Vita Nostra, let's totally discuss it in the comments section.